if you promise me your honesty. I'll love you at your word.
Wagwan, might as well say something. Because sometimes I do regret teaching others. Sometimes I do regret saying things. Because it's like once I clear the air on certain topics and I gain clarity, a new lesson comes around. A new teaching. Something new to trouble me. Something new to challenge me, I should say. And this one, it's been the biggest step I've made in terms of personal development. I think if you've ever had to approach someone and you get the fear factor in, you feel that fear factor initiate when you think about the moment you're going to approach them. You feel it run through your body and it ignite this adrenaline inside of you that's like none other. Like, I had that today. And as I let my feelings come out systematically, I tried to really pull back from emotion. At the moment I tried to solve a solution, because my emotions would have led to what we all know if a black guy is trying to approach someone and sort out a situation. It's usually incarceration or worse. And I had to think about this situation, because how far would someone go to protect their lie? Yeah. How far do you think someone's going to go to keep the secret over someone's love for someone else in order for you to release facts? What side wins, the love or the holding of the secret? Do you know what I mean? That's very powerful, both sides, yeah? Or which one reigns higher, which one's got more reason. And you have to look at it, you've been following my story, if you have or you haven't not. When you approach someone and you give them reasons and examples and proper knowledge with logical explanation behind it, and they throw a weird analogy at you, or they throw a bizarre scenario your way, should I say, such as lions eat meat, and it's effective because people use animals to, what's the word I'm looking for? They use animals as an example to make themselves look better, make it seem acceptable. But you're not an animal, you're human. So what is acceptable? I mean, I don't even want to say what it is I'm fucked up over, but it's really got me fucked up, because it seems as though when people put these stereotypes out there into the universe, it becomes a catch-22. Because if, for example, you say, you know, black people steal, right? As white people, you say black people steal. And then a black person is stealing. Based on what you said about black people, they no longer can get jobs in certain areas, so they have less chance of getting money. So you're more likely to find a black person stealing. Then the stereotype becomes factual. So you can't be putting these things out in the environment when you say negative things about people and don't expect to see that negative words you said be factual in your life eventually. And you're like, see, I told you so. No, you spoke it into existence, so you're guaranteed to see it. You can't be talking like this. It's irrational. And on the flip side of it, you've got, when people tell you things and you're like, nah, that person's changed, that person's got better, that person's on the right path now, they're making major moves, and someone says to you on the sidelines that was a part of their life, nah, he's still scum, or she's still a bitch, or blah blah blah, and you go, oh, you're just hating because you're on the sidelines now, you're no longer relevant. That person knows the person you're talking about more than anybody, most probably, and they're giving you tips, things to look out for. And if you don't take heed of all these things, that because all these parts play a part in the equation of life. If you don't take the heed of their notice, then you're going to find yourself in strife with the person based on exactly what that person's giving you a heads up on. So when you start to take heads up on what those side messages are, it's when you find that bullshit. Yeah, now I'm getting allergic and I want to fight this cancer. As my positive mindset fights through this negative week or this negative moment experience I'm having in my life, I come to find out that every decision that we make
is solely based on your decision making. If someone comes with me with a point that adds to the equation, it's just an addition, or it's a pro or it's a con. Another person may give you a view and it could be a con, but those are not facts. You should never act on or do what someone else has said. You should base your equation on the pros and cons and create your decision. So coming to realize that every decision you make is actually yours. Whose fault is it? You know what I mean? When things get to a certain state, if you could deal with me. Listen, and don't feel, yeah, because you're watching, don't feel like you can't relate to what I'm saying, because me passing this message to you, me sharing my experience to you, is you learning. You are becoming aware of a type of person there is in the world. You are aware that there's a person with problems, there's a person that always tries to provide for everyone and also tries to put a positive message out there, but also goes through strife. Yeah? And the lessons and experience that I go through in my life are there to benefit others. I'm not going to be doing everything I'm doing, not documenting it, keeping everything bottled up, not finding out how another person would hold a situation or deal with a situation, you know, based on what other people's doing. It's going to affect what I do, because there's a common consensus to how everyone treats a certain situation, but they have different emotions attached to it. So how do I act? How should I act? I've always been able to get my message across without putting anyone else in the equation apart from myself. I would say a friend. I would say a scenario or situation which the logistic mind would be able to read between the lines and find out what problem's going on and why I'm saying what I'm saying. I don't need to tell you the actual situation. You can put two and two together as a human. Your brain is supposed to work in this way to solve and to better. So I expect that when you watch, you are challenged. It's not about just watching and seeing what you want to see. You have to listen. You have to understand and evaluate the situation and come up with an answer of your own. It's good for you to share it, because I can tell you, I understand your point of view. I can see where you're coming from. You understand? So I respect when you share it. But also don't feel like, oh, he's perfect because he can battle with his demons. I'm battling with my demons and I'm expressing them. Doesn't mean I'm perfect. It means I'm working towards it. Alright? Cool. The more of my close people that fall off, yeah, I become assured of the people that stay by me. So it's good to address everything head on. It's good to come with layman's terms. And you see, because you got to think, it's not about the battle with the person individually when it comes to helping somebody else out. When you come to helping somebody else out, you have to get over your personal battle. This is why sharing helps. Sharing helps because you want to tell that person everything so that they can give you their view. So once you do that sharing, you half your load. You literally half your load. Yesterday I had to tell 4 people before I was able to have a reasonable load to carry. You understand? I had to share it 4 times over before I was able to, like, okay, cool. Now they know I got that view, got that view, got that view, got that view. I can act. You know what I mean? And I did act, bruv. Like, I did act. It helps. As I'm telling you, it helps.